Bullseye! 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 Bullseye!
Oh,
Ah!
now that's a bullseye.
Alright, since they unboxed themselves, we might as well review them. So we've got our Hasbro Pulse 2023. Oh, cool, a toilet. So we've got our Hasbro Pulse Daredevil 3-pack. This was a PulseCon exclusive. We've got Bullseye, we've got Daredevil, we've got Elektra. When I first saw this, I picked it up. I had not opened it for a while because I already have a Daredevil figure, which I think is amazing. But I was just leaving this one out, and then they just kind of broke out. So let's have some fun with it. So let's just take a quick look at the back. All the fun accessories, swappable hands, heads that they come with. There's our Daredevil in the middle. And we're going to compare them to some of the other Daredevil figures just to see, are they just the repaints or are they new sculpts? And this Bullseye figure is absolutely fantastic. This head is just the greatest. I think they did a fantastic job just capturing crazy. Just his eyes, the mouth, everything about it is, and he's got his bullseye indentation on his forehead. Just, yeah, I thought I was gonna like the hooded one better, but I think I like the mask off version of this face. So, not sure what I'm gonna display him with, but probably still with the hood just because it's his more classic look. There's a knife sheath in the back that he can quickly take it out for some good standing or stabbing, and a gun holster. He does not come with a gun, but I think I figured that one out, so once we get to some of the other things, I will show you what that gun holder is intended for. So, alright, so he comes with another punching hand, used for playing rock, paper, scissors. He's got his holding hands, so we can hold more weapons, knives, frying pans, toilets. And he's got his pull my finger hand. So let's put that one on. That is a pretty awesome hand sculpt. Very unique. I don't see a lot of other characters that come with this one, which I always love a unique sculpt. And he's making a finger gun, and that goes right into the holster. There we go. That's why he has the holster. It has nothing to do with Hasbro just reusing parts or just being cheap or forgetful. This is all about a very clever hand sculpt joke. But all actual jokes aside, I really appreciate that hand sculpt that they did with the gun. And this one's awesome. It looks like he's throwing stuff. He's got his knives. They're a little bit bent. I'm not sure if it's been in the package for so long. Maybe if it was exposed to some heat or something. So some of the plastic does seem a little bit warped. So it'll all stretch back out. So no worries there. Now let's take a look at Elektra in her white outfit. She's got her wild hair. She's got her bandana type thingy on. And she's got, I don't know if you can tell when I was just moving her by, but one of her hands is sculpted in a way that is perfect for the sai. And we'll put that on. As I was doing the stop motion, I noticed it. I'm like, oh, I can't wait to play with this one. Yeah, so you can see the two fingers are out. And then the other one's a normal hand. So let's grab one of her sais. So she could hold it kind of like, yeah, just put the main part. I don't know the parts of a sai, but it can go through the fingers. So she's holding it. She could punch with it. Great for opening like cans of tuna, cans of olives. Terrible on jars of jelly. The whole thing shatters. Then you get a peanut butter and glass jelly sandwich. It's not advised. But black olives, you punch it and black olives go right on the thing. Amazing. And it's like a shish kebab snack. And she's also got her punching hands for double paper, rock, scissor. And she's got this really cool sword that is warped a little bit. So I'll have to try to flatten that one out a little bit. It's a very soft plastic, so it's... we'll see how it goes. But we don't really have to worry about the sword because it's got two sides. And if you got two sides, you're going to wear them. All right. And then she's also got her woke up in the morning, straight out of bed, head, the wild hair. She just can't do a thing with it. But luckily it comes with a morning cup of coffee. So By the time she's ready to do her hair, then she's all caffeinated and she's ready to take on the day. And Bullseye. And that second head with all that hair, I think that weighs about the same as the Elektra figure. That is a hefty swappable head. And then the man of the hour, let's take a look at our Matt Murdock figure. Look at him just glaring up into the sky. Such a stoic pose. Actually, I love this head sculpt. This reminds me very much of like this is definitely like the comic style, the classic look. It's just got the red on red. He's got toe articulation. Yeah, I really love this figure. I love Daredevil in general, one of my favorite comic characters and figures to collect. So the more Daredevil, the better. And then he's got his Billy Clubs, or when he's in the professional Matt Murdock alter ego, they're the William Clubs. Just, they get in more places. And he's got this really cool action rope between them where you can pose it and it's looking like he's throwing it or trying to get Bullseye on his bullseye spot on his head. I think that's got to be the spot that he aims for. I mean, if you're fighting someone who's got the bullseye, you're going to want to punch and kick and throw things right there. So that's probably what he does. This is pretty amazing. I love this thing. So you can have him jumping, you can have him throwing, coming at the camera. It's not probably going to be too helpful in stop motions because it is limited. It's one position, so it's not like a rope where you could, or bendy where you can move it around. But for posing, it's pretty awesome. And he's got a second one, which is not as windy. So maybe I could do something with stop motion where I swap them out so it looks like it's moving around. That's going to be very, very challenging, but I will not let that stop me from doing it. I will play around with it, but if it doesn't look good, I'm probably not going to do anything with it. So we could put those weapons away, so this way he doesn't accidentally hurt himself, or one of his friends or other figures, or the other Daredevils who are about to enter the scene. So let's stand him up and then get him in a nice pose so that we can compare him to his fellow Daredevils. So I'm going to pull in the Daredevil that I have that came from an exclusive Defenders 4-pack with Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and Jessica Jones. This has been my absolute favorite Daredevil figure, if not one of my favorite Marvel Legends figures. So this is a tough act to follow. And just looking at them now, they do actually have two completely different sculpts. Just starting with their head, you can see this one is a more detailed look, whereas the new one that we're looking at is more smoother, so it has more of that comic feel to it, which is pretty awesome. The coloring's different. We have the darker colors on the Defenders one, and this 3-pack one has more of the brighter reds, and then they've got different articulation, and the legs look very similar, but this ab crunch, which is the least appetizing name for a breakfast cereal, but on an action figure, it's what makes their body move back and forth. So the Defenders one only has one point of articulation, which is at the top of his abdomen, whereas this one has at the lower torso and the top, so he can get a lot better motion, and he's got that toe articulation. So this new 3-pack one, much better articulation, which is unexpected. I was not expecting that one, which is the literal definition of unexpected. So it was redundant of me saying that redundantly. So all in all, these two Daredevil figures are different enough where I can not only have no regrets keeping both of them, I will display both of them, and I will use both of them in stop motion in two different ways. He's got bonus hands. I forgot to take a look at those. I was so excited. And then we've got our third Daredevil, which was the newer one that just came out with one of the recent Marvel Legends series this year, which I think it might actually be one of my favorite new figures that came out. Maybe because it's Daredevil, maybe because the figure is awesome. So Daredevil with a beard, sure, why not? And he's got his weekend black sweatpants on. That's just your nice casual, unshaven Daredevil in his jammies. So great figure, great take on the character. We got Bullseye, we've got Elektra, we've got our new Daredevil figure. I am super happy that these guys decided to stop motion themselves out of that package. Thanks for watching.